855-GOLD-IRA now.
Join us at Starbucks for the most magical time of the year, when we don red aprons and handcraft delicious holiday drinks in our festive red cups that help get you in the holiday spirit. Stop into a Starbucks and taste the magic for yourself.
Let's check on all the action around the NBA. Here's Kevin Gray on the Mavs Radio Network.
Let's go inside the NBA and check out the Lexus NBA scoreboard and in-season tournament action, the final night of group stage play. Knicks up 46-34 on the Charlotte Hornets with 2:34 left in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Heat, without Jimmy Butler for the second straight game, are up 48-47 with 4:08 left in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Hawks up 51-46 with 5:44 left in the second quarter. In other NBA news, Pelicans guard C.J. McCollum has been dealing with a collapsed lung, could return as early as tomorrow when the Pelicans host the Sixers, according to Mark J. Spears of ESPN. And that's what's going on right now inside the NBA. Now it's time for our UT Southwestern recovery report. For the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber remains out with his right small toe dislocation, while center Derek Lively II is available tonight as he's been dealing with his low back contusion. Luka Doncic also available as he is dealing with his left thumb sprain. For the Rockets, Amen Thompson is out with a right ankle sprain, and guard Victor Oladipo is out with his left patella injury. And that's been tonight's UT Southwestern recovery report. Now it's time for our courtside interview as we hear from Mavericks beat writer Tim Cato of The Athletic as the voice of the Mavericks, Chuck Cooperstein, brings us that conversation right now.
Well, a lot going on around the American Airlines Center tonight. The final game of the group stage of the in-season tournament. The Mavericks try to play spoiler with the Rockets, but the big news breaking here in the last hour or so, Tim. Mark Cuban willing to sell a majority stake of the Mavericks and yet still keep operational control, which I find somewhat of a dichotomy, but try to unravel this for me.
I was having a peaceful walk over to the American Airlines Center and my phone buzzed and I'm like, that's probably not important. It was. So this is something that has been rumored a bit, probably even longer, further back than I've even heard of it. But this is definitely something that did not come out of nowhere. It's been in the works to some degree. I was not expecting it to happen so quickly. But what you said is correct. Mark has been, it seems he's been very clear that he is retaining basketball operations. But I think the rest of the story is something that's going to take days, weeks to fully understand all the dynamics that are behind and what exactly is happening.
You hear the Adelson family. The Adelson family is Sands. Sands are casinos. Obviously, they want to get into Texas. There's no casino gambling in Texas, and Mark has mentioned and was public in a story not too long ago with Brad Townsend about partnering up to try to build an arena as long as gambling ultimately gets passed in Texas.
I think that's a very shrewd conclusion. I think that is one possibility. I think there have long been rumors about a presidential run. This is not something I am absolutely not saying this is what's happening. But I think that when you see this, when you hear about this, these are the places your mind goes because it's Mark Cuban. And there is always going to be something behind what he's doing and something he's planning. And it's going to be very interesting to learn what that is.
Let's speak about his basketball team here. And a really unfavorable schedule split to begin the year, 10 road, 6 home. They go 10-6 to start the year. Pretty good, right?
I think so. It does feel like with the back and forth of the schedule, it feels like we're already like in the mid-season doldrums, and that we have learned a lot about this team. There is certainly a lot more to learn, and I think that I think that the schedule sets up a little bit better this month. Maybe it's for the best that they didn't advance in the in-season tournament, and who the Mavericks really are. I think that is something that's going to be determined this month.
And generally speaking, if the issues coming into the season were we got to play faster because we want to keep Luka upright and we want to play better defense, it's kind of a mixed bag, isn't it, right now?
I would say so. I think Kyrie is clearly the second most important player on the team because of the ability that he can take a little bit off of Luka, that there isn't so much pressure making sure that Luka is on the court or having to play him 40 minutes. I think Derek Lively is the third most important player on the team at this point. And
who would have thought that back in June, right?
It's crazy. It's wild. It's not what we would have expected. But, this is a team that is still finding itself, and, Lively's importance to that, and the fact that he's going to be back tonight. We saw how much he was missed just one game ago.
Yeah, the 2 games he's missed.
Again, thanks to Tim Cato of The Athletic for joining the voice of the Mavericks, Chuck Cooperstein, for his courtside interview. My name is Kevin Gray, and that'll do it for tonight's pregame show. When we return, we'll send you over to Brad Davis and the voice of the Dallas Mavericks, Chuck Cooperstein, who is standing by for the call of tonight's game. It's the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Houston Rockets live from the American Airlines Center. Lineups and opening tip-off are next on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you could trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new podcast about the viruses that shape our lives. It's a show about how viruses attack us and how we fight back. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on Incubation, we'll hear how scientists have pioneered new techniques in the fight against viruses.
There was just something about the way the virus was shaped. It always felt like there was no hope for creating a vaccine.
Until now.
Until now!
We'll celebrate the victories, like the incredible story of how smallpox was wiped off the face of the earth.
Eradication means you have to get to whatever disease you're targeting everywhere, wherever it exists.
Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Kevin Hart with my pal Catherine O'Hara.
No, I'm more of a bestie.
Kinda, sorta. Right now, we're cash backing on everything we need for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
I got some ornaments and lights.
Tis the season to cash back.
And lots of wrapping paper.
Maybe you're cash backing on a present bought for me?
About that.
I know you're kidding.
Am I?
How do you cash back? Learn more at chasefreedom.com. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Save big on groceries with Drop, the shopping rewards app during Black Friday. Download the Drop app to earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner for the family with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. Shopping for the holiday? Ka-ching! Even more points, baby. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
Tanya here, and there are many ways that we can all help raise awareness around HIV. But maybe the most important is just talking about it openly and honestly. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of the virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
To all
Brad, a lineup change for the Mavericks tonight is Derek Jones for the first time all season won't start. Josh Green, who has started 3 games, those games coming when Kyrie Irving sat out. Josh Green's a starter tonight. What do you make of that?
Well, I think maybe Jason Kidd just wants to try to get him going. He struggled the early part of the season. Maybe you give him a start like this against a Houston team that's very good defensively. Maybe he breaks through tonight.
The Rockets at 8-6. Ime Udoka, who 2 years ago led the Celtics to the NBA Finals before they fell to the Warriors in 6 games. And he will start this lineup. Dylan Brooks, 6'4", his 7th year from Oregon, 13.4 points, 3.8 rebounds. Jabari Smith, 6'10", his 2nd year from Auburn, 13.2 points, 7.7 rebounds. Alperen Sengun in his 3rd year from Turkey at 6'11", 20.2 points, 9.1 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. In the backcourt, Jalen Green, 6'4", his 3rd year out of Fresno, California, by way of the G League Ignite, 19.6 points and 4.4 rebounds. And Fred VanVleet, the former Toronto Raptor, 6 feet in his 8th year from Wichita State, at 16.6 points and 9 assists per game, which is 3rd in the NBA. And obviously, Brad, the arrival on the scene of both Brooks and VanVleet have changed the fortunes of the Rockets.
Yeah, now, especially VanVleet. This is a young Rockets team. Over the last couple of years, they needed a veteran, especially a veteran point guard, to come in and calm everybody down.
The Mavericks tonight in the Trinity River Blue City editions. Basically, they are black with blue numbers, white letterings, Mavs written across the chest. They shoot to our right in the first half. The Rockets in their white uniforms, red numbers and letters, and red striping around the bottom of the pants and up the sides. They'll shoot to our left. The officials tonight are Scott Foster, Gediminas Petritis, and Natalie Sago, with Tyler Ford, Brian Forte, Ray Acosta, and Brandon Adair at the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey. The first of 4 meetings between the Mavericks and Rockets as we are set to go. Scott Foster to toss it up, and he does, and Lively, who missed Saturday night, swats it backward and run down by Kyrie Irving, and away we go. Irving met by VanVleet to the right of the circle. Lively, Luka trying to come around, overplayed by Brooks, and then he backs up now against Jabari Smith on a switch. To his right, another switch against Sengun, and he'll shoot the 3, and that's short. The rebound to Lively. Got it to the cutting Doncic down the lane. Double clutch, hit the bottom of the backboard. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Rockets, and Luka already looking for a foul call that did not come. Luka playing with the left thumb wrapped after he sprained it in the first minute of the game on Saturday against the Clippers. He still scored 30. Inbound to Lively, now to Luka. Cross-court right, Irving against VanVleet. Jab step, rise and fire 3, hits. And the Mavericks on the board to start the game. And here come the Rockets. Jalen Green brings it across the line straight away against Josh Green. To the left to Smith against Grant Williams, way outside the left wing, trying to get the Sengun, overplayed by Lively. Now to Sengun, way outside to do it. They double him. And a foul on Grant Williams. And really an unnecessary foul by Williams, 20 feet from the basket.
Yeah, early on, it looks like they're going to double Sengun in the paint there. He's a lot like Jokic. They run a lot of their offense through him.
Green from the left sideline to inbound the ball. And we'll get it in VanVleet against Kyrie. And we'll into the middle of the floor, right away from Williams, and Sengun in the lane will shoot the fadeaway from behind the dotted line, and he hits. Alperen Sengun off a brilliant game against the Nuggets on Friday, 21 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. And as Luka brings it up the floor, Dylan Brooks picks up a foul, 25 feet from the basket, and not a good foul there.
Well, we've seen that out of him, though. He'll pick up some silly fouls.
He's been really good, though, for the Rockets this year. But the Rockets as a team foul a ton. And the Mavericks have to make them pay the price for doing that tonight. Here's Irving on the drive. Pulls up over Sengun, left in the lane, rims the basket. And the rebound off of the back of Jalen Green, it appears. No, they'll say it's last touch by the Mavericks. Natalie Sago with the call. It looked like it hit the back of Sengun. Instead, they'll say Irving touched it last. 3-2, Mavericks the lead, 90 seconds in. Here is Jalen Green against Josh Green on the drive, bullying his way to the rim. Shot blocked by Josh Green, picked up by Jalen Green. At the right wing, left-hand dribble, tries a right of the circle, pop, way short. Offensive rebound, Sengun. Out to VanVleet, plenty of time to tee up the 3 and hit it. Fred VanVleet shooting 39% for the season, but 38% from three. Puts the Rockets in front 5-3. Josh Green on the drive, in deep against the double team, and ripped out of his hands by VanVleet out of bounds, and he knocked it off of Green's hands.
Yeah, as soon as he picked up that dribble, they came with the double team.
And here come the Rockets in a hurry. VanVleet goes to the ground as he and Josh Green collided. Out to Sengun now, and Jalen Green comes around right to left and back to his right for a pull-up three, and that's way off a brick into the hands of Josh Green. To Doncic up the middle. To his left, screen by Williams. Inside the arc, behind the back to Grant Williams. Fakes the shot, left to Luka. Off of Williams again, circling right. Keeps the dribble in the lane. Met by a double team and will lean in and bank it home.
Yeah, good patience by Luka.
The Mavericks and Rockets are tied at 5. As VanVleet up the left side on the handoff to Dylan Brooks. Sengun at the top of the arc. Back left and stolen by Doncic. 2-on-2. Now 3-on-2. Works to his left, draws the foul, and hits it to wave it off. And Scott Foster waving it off, saying that Luka had not gotten into the act of shooting. The first on VanVleet, the second on the Rockets. And Scott Foster explaining his decision. To Doncic, who inbound from just below the left hash mark into Irving. Screen by Williams. Kyrie, 2-bounce pull-up. Top of the arc, 3 off the right of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Jabari Smith. To VanVleet. Comes up the right side. Low post right, Sengun. And around Kyrie and from behind, blocked by Lively. And it's picked up by Lively off the board. Here comes Kyrie up the left side. Luka in the middle. Fakes right, goes left, pulls up over Smith for 3. He hits. The Mavericks 8 and the Rockets 5. The second 3 for the Mavericks tonight in 4 attempts. Here is Sengun. He had it ripped out of his hands to the top of the arc by Kyrie on the drive. And that's blocked by Sengun on the chase down. Picked up by VanVleet. Cross court right to left. Jalen Green back to VanVleet. Shovels right corner and Jabari Smith, for 3. It's no good. The rebound to Grant Williams. Here comes Luka behind his back right to left. Drifting left, pull up 3. No good off the left of the rim. Again, wanting a foul call. Didn't get it. Rebound knocked out to half court to Grant Williams. And now Kyrie on a crossover, foul by Jalen Green. And a lot of helter-skelter action here, Brad, early in the game.
And I think this pace is perfect for Dallas. This is the kind of game they want.
3 fouls already against Houston. And Kyrie will inbound from the right sideline at the foul line extended. Into Williams, and now Luka to his right. Inside the circle. Tries to drive right in the lane against Dylan Brooks. Now turns left, bumps from the foul line, fades. That's way short. And the rebound taken by Jalen Green. Ahead to Brooks, and he gets down the floor and lays it up and in as the Mavericks did not get back in transition. It was excellent defense by Dylan Brooks, who then ran out and got the basket. Josh Green left side of the floor. To Irving at the top of the arc against VanVleet. Right to Grant Williams. Fakes the shot. Got Sengun up in the air. Got to the rim. Tried to dunk it and missed it. Couldn't decide whether to drop it in or dunk it hard, and it went off the back of the rim. The rebound taken by Jabari Smith. Now VanVleet. Right side of the floor. Back and forth, left to right. Off Sengun. Now drags to his left. Top of the arc. Bounces to Sengun in the lane against Grant Williams. Can't do anything with it. Now turns and shoots a rainbow that's way short. Luka the rebound. To Irving up the left side. To his right off the Williams screen. Keeps the dribble. Bounce pass out to Luka. Outside the arc, right of the circle. Wants Williams to come over, set a screen left. Luka goes that way. Luka to the top of the circle. Behind the back to Williams on the pick and pop for 3. That's way short. The rebound off the hands of Jalen Green out of bounds. And it'll be Mavericks ball with exactly 5 minutes gone in the game. The Mavericks 3 of 12 to start the game. The Raptors are 3 of 9. Here comes Derek Jones in the game for the Mavericks. And Tim Hardaway also in as Grant Williams and Kyrie Irving sit down. That's who's in and who's out. Brought to you by In-N-Out Burger. That's what a hamburger is all about. As Doncic bounces it into Hardaway in the right corner. To Lively, right wing. Luka comes around and gets it. Ball over his head. Now triple threat position on the drive from the right wing over the top to Derek Jones in the left corner for 3 hits.
Good find by Luka. Brought the defense in, kicked it out.
Derek Jones 5 for 20 from the floor in his last 4 games since his 20-point game in Washington almost 2 weeks ago. And the Mavericks with an 11-7 lead with 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. As VanVleet will walk it up. Play by Jones. Left-hand dribble on the diagonal. Now play by Luka on a switch. Backs up on the dribble. Screen left by Sengun. Gets to the wing. Doesn't shoot to Sengun on the drive down the lane. Tried to pound it down and hit off the back of the rim and bounce to Doncic at the foul line. Luka on the move. Into the lane and the kick to Josh Green on the show and go. Scoop shot. Scored. Pretty move by Josh Green. Mavericks on a 10-2 run right now, leading at 13-7. Deep right side, 15-footer Jabari Smith able to score. He got that great size and that great-looking shot.
Yeah, got the mismatch inside, had Hardaway on him.
13-9 is the Maverick lead. Doncic left to right on the drive, stop, lob to Lively. He got bumped by Jalen Green on his way to the basket, so he couldn't make the catch in the dunk. As Green picks up his second foul, and already 14 fouls against the Rockets. 2 seconds past the midway point of the first quarter. 5:58 remaining. It's the Mavericks 13 and the Rockets 9 on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new podcast about the viruses that shape our lives. It's a show about how viruses attack us and how we fight back. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on Incubation, we'll hear how scientists have pioneered new techniques in the fight against viruses.
There was just something about the way the virus was shaped. It always felt like there was no hope for creating a vaccine.
Until now.
Until now!
We'll celebrate the victories, like the incredible story of how smallpox was wiped off the face of the earth.
Eradication means you have to get to whatever disease you're targeting everywhere, wherever it exists.
Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Girl, how do you keep getting things free? With the Drop app, it's making my Black Friday savings even bigger. I earn gift cards and rewards by simply shopping.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333. That's GetDrop333.
The Fed has just declared war on Americans. They want us to be a cashless society using a digital dollar. That means no greenbacks for swap meets or garage sales, no tooth fairy or piggy banks, no rainy day savings, no extra quarters for the meter, no more selling extra items for cash, no buying anything with privacy. A digital dollar means your life may be dependent on the internet, electricity, and people you don't know, like, or trust. Every penny you spend, every penny you earn could all be tracked. So what can you do? For many Americans, they're turning back to the only money that survives civilizations, gold and silver. You can do the same with a simple phone call to the #1 rated precious metals company, Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA and learn how Americans are diversifying their money today. Plus, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Don't miss this rare opportunity. Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Yeah, I think we need to be a little bit better on that. And I got to make better reads for sure. Just making the easy play. Don't try to do anything hard. Just make the easy play and then we can play 4 and 3. That's what I always said. So it's not on them, it's on me. So I got to make the simple play.
Here's Luka Doncic with tonight's Dallas Morning News quote in the game. And to that point, Mavericks with 5 baskets, Luka with 3 assists. And the Mavericks with an early 13-9 lead with 5:58 remaining in the first quarter. Mavericks 5 of 14 shooting, but 3 of 7 from 3. Rockets are 4 of 11 from the floor, 1 of 3 from behind the line. Again, the Mavericks, a team that has been awfully good on the offensive end to start this season. The Rockets among the very best on the defensive end. And Dallas with the ball out of the timeout. Shooting to our right. Doncic back to the basket now. Crowded up on by Dillon Brooks. To his left. Spinning back to his right. Back to his left. Trying to draw a bump. Didn't get it. The rebound is out of bounds. Last touch by Lively. And it will be Houston's ball. And Luka beginning the game 2 of 7 from the floor. Pretty good defense there from Dillon Brooks.
Yeah, bodied up on him pretty well.
And Fred VanVleet, a long-time Toronto Raptor. Got a huge contract to come to Houston. Try to settle things down for the Rockets. Brings it up. To the right, Sengun left alone at the wing for three. That is short, and Josh Green upstairs to grab the rebound for the Mavericks. He'll come up the right side with it. Picks up the dribble to Lively at the right elbow. Behind him, the Hardaway. Rise and fire for three. He heads.
Yeah, nice split off the high post that time.
And Tim Hardaway knocking down his first shot of the night. One of those who also struggled the last couple of games out in L.A. is Derek Jones, coming from behind, knocks the ball away from Sengun and knocked it off with a foot of Fred VanVleet out of bounds. And the Mavericks will get it back. A 13-4 run for the Mavericks overall to grab this early 7-point lead. As Hardaway will inbound from just over the midcourt line to the right sideline. Ball over his head. Derek Jones comes and gets it. He'll hand to Luka in the jump circle. Doncic to his left. On the move, Brooks got back to him. Sengun helps out, and so does Jayshawn Tate. He draws a foul and he'll go to the line. And these will be the first free throw shot for either team tonight. Jayshawn Tate, having checked in out of the timeout, his fourth year out of Ohio State. Another burly defender at 6'4" and 230 pounds. Try to get physical with Doncic. Luka 76.5% from the free throw line this season, and hits the first one. Third in the league in scoring at 30.5, sixth in assists at 7.5. Brooks crossing the lane from left to right, get himself settled. And now Luka with one more free throw. And a nice start for the Mavericks tonight. In the first 7 minutes plus, Luka rattles home the second. It's a 15-4 run for the Mavericks. They're up 18-9. And up the left side comes Aaron Holiday, having checked in the game. And then a foul on Josh Green as he tripped him up coming across the line. As Green picks up his first and the second team foul against the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving comes back in for the Mavericks, and Green will sit down. Dante Exum also having checked in for the Mavericks. And Rashawn Holmes is in as well. So Irving, the only starter on the floor right now for the Mavericks. Sengun doubled the left wing. Out to Holiday, swinging around the horn. VanVleet to Dylan Brooks on the drive. Floater in the lane is good.
Strong move right there with the left hand.
Here is Exum running the floor. Is Holmes, and he finishes. Oh, what a finish by Holmes. An excellent pass, too, by Derek Jones. Or Exum, excuse me. Make it 20-11. 4:20 remaining in the first. On the right side, VanVleet wraparound pass, Sengun in the lane. Behind him, Aaron Holiday driving on Exum. Finds Sengun in the lane. Little floater. That is short and in traffic. The rebound to Holmes. Up the right side comes Exum on the push against Holiday. And all the way to the rim. He's fouled as Sengun blocked the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two. And Brad, this is a game that Dante Exum can have a real effect on with the way he pushes the ball.
Yeah, and I like it. Dallas is really trying to push the pace of this game. That's what you need to do against Houston.
Aaron Holiday picks up his first. The Rockets now over the limit. Exum for the season, 4 of 7 from the free throw line, averaging a little over 4 points a game. And the first one is no good. Front rim, back rim, and out. The only thing better than a Mavs game is being in a Mavs game with your whole crew. Whether it's a group of friends, family, colleagues, a school or youth group, or something else, we've got options for all experiences and budgets. Book your group outing now at Mavs.com/groups. Now one more coming for Exum as the Mavericks try to build an early 10-point lead, and that's good. The Mavericks 21, the Rockets 11, 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. As Aaron Holiday, the third of the Holiday brothers, brings it up the floor to VanVleet. Challenged by Derek Jones to his right. Now Hardaway on the switch. Back to Jayshawn Tate on the drive left to right. Kick it back out. Holiday, right corner to travel against the Rockets. Tari Eason, having checked in the game with that last dead ball, gets called for the violation.
And so far, Dallas' defense has been excellent. Rotating out the shooters. Challenge them. Got some turnovers.
Mavericks have held the last two opponents to below 110 points for the first time all year. Held Clippers to a season-low opponent, 33.2%. And at the other end, here's Exum on the drive and stop on a dime and able to float it home off the board. 23-11. 3:20 remaining in the first quarter. Van Vliet left to right again on the drive. Turned back by Hardaway. On the drive to Jeff Green, the veteran. Van Vliet in the right corner. Holiday for three. Way short. Rebound at the foul line. Exum tripped up by Tari Eason. Going for that loose ball, and he will go to the line to shoot.
Number 17, Tari Eason.
Eason picks up his first. And again, excellent hustle from Exum. And the Mavericks really needing to get more out of their role players than what they have received in the last few games. Has been a real heavy dose of Luka and Kyrie, but so far tonight, 11 bench points as Exum misses the first one. And the Rockets with no bench points to this point. 23-11 is the Maverick lead. As everybody getting set on the lane. And Exum with one more. Exum has been a terrific free throw shooter in his career, whether it be in Utah or in Europe, well over 80%, but has struggled here with the Mavericks. He misses them both, and Jeff Green with a rebound. Here comes Tari Eason out of LSU. Across the line on the right, and the handoff to Van Vliet. Van Vliet to his right. Pulls up, pick and roll, Tate down the lane, and throws it to no one in particular. And Tim Hardaway trying to make the save, didn't have to make the save. And the Rockets will get it back after a timeout taken by Jason Kidd, and he'll take it with 2:54 remaining. In the first quarter, it's the Mavericks 23 and the Rockets 11 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you could trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new podcast about the viruses that shape our lives. It's a show about how viruses attack us and how we fight back. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on Incubation, we'll hear how scientists have pioneered new techniques in the fight against viruses.
There was just something about the way the virus was shaped. It always felt like there was no hope for creating a vaccine.
Until now.
Until now!
We'll celebrate the victories, like the incredible story of how smallpox was wiped off the face of the earth.
Eradication means you have to get to whatever disease you're targeting everywhere, wherever it exists.
Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Girl, how do you keep getting things free? With the Drop app, it's making my Black Friday savings even bigger. I earn gift cards and rewards by simply shopping.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333. That's GetDrop333.
Do you have more than $50,000 saved for retirement that you can't afford to lose? We've sent billions to Ukraine, burying us in national debt, while doing very little to stop inflation and help our own country. Can your retirement survive crippling inflation and growing debt at the same time? If you have $50,000 or more saved for retirement, heed the warnings. Do something to protect yourself now. That's why right now, thousands of Americans are using an IRS loophole to protect their retirement savings. So call Goldco at 855-936-GOLD to get your free IRS loophole kit. iHeart listeners could get up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualified account. We could be looking at a future worse than 2008. So don't wait. Call Goldco today. Call 855-936-GOLD. That's 855-936-GOLD.
I'm Kevin Gray here at the Modelo Sports Desk in-season tournament play. As we look at the Eastern Conference, Knicks up 62-58 with 5:46 left in the third quarter. Julius Randle with 19 points. Miami Heat without Jimmy Butler tonight up 62-59 with 11:30 left in the third quarter. Cavs up 81-70 in their game, third quarter with 7 minutes left. Back to you, Chuck.
2:54 remaining in the first quarter. Mavericks 23, the Rockets 11, and Brad, quite frankly, I don't think it could go any better for the Mavericks than what it has so far.
Yeah, they've got the pace of this game going, and defensively, they're really active.
holding Houston to 5 of 15 from the floor. And the Rockets will have it. Baseline left inbound. They shoot to our left. As Holiday looks to go through the lane to Tate, couldn't do it. And now we'll have to throw it way outside. Jeff Green behind him to Eason, and now to Jalen Green back in the game to Jeff Green, hanging in the lane and gets it to fall. The 16-year veteran out of Georgetown, Jeff Green, makes it 23-13. Here comes Exum. The bottom of the jump circle. Exum bounces to Kyrie, right wing. Measures his man, Jeff Green. Measuring him again between the legs, behind the back, left to right, and tries to bank it. Missed it. Tipped up by Holmes. No good. And the rebound out of bounds. Last touch by the Rockets as Rashawn Holmes knocked it off of Jayshawn Tate's hands. 14 seconds for the Mavericks to shoot. And Kyrie will inbound from the baseline. They'll ride the basket along the lane. He'll throw it out to Holmes. Holmes ripping through right to left. Kyrie comes and gets it now. Driving to his left on Tate. Between his legs left to right. Spins to his left. Jump stop. Baseline. 10-footer. Way short. And the rebound taken by Eason to Tate. On the drive. Stops right of the lane. Out to Green. Diagonal left corner. Jalen Green on the drive. He'll hang in the lane. And he can't get it to go. Hit all sides of the rim and fell away to Derek Jones. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. 23-13 Mavericks. Here's Irving, top of the arc, pull up 3, rims the basket. And the rebound taken down by Tate. Mavericks 4 of 9 from 3, but just 38% shooting here in the first quarter. Here is Eason on the drive, pulls up in the lane straight away and hits it from 10 feet. 23-15, 95 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Middle of the floor, Hardaway. Pulls up off 2 bounces. Deep 3 off the right of the rim. No good. And the rebound tipped to Holiday. To Eason on the move. Left elbow stops. Behind him to Holiday. Put it on the floor once. Left to right pass to Jeff Green. Drop it down. Tate against Irving. Through the lane. Score it with a foul and a chance at 3.
Yeah, he's got that big body inside. Was able to get to that left hand.
And as Tate steps to the line, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
KEGL-FM, Dallas-Fort Worth.
The official home of the Dallas Mavericks.
This is Dirk Nowitzki, and you're listening to 97.1 The Freak.
Rockets have scored the first 6 coming out of the timeout. Mavericks have missed their last 4 shots from the floor. And now Jayshawn Tate, who only played 31 games last year, had a major ankle issue, but a terrific free agent find for them a couple of years ago. And Brad, he's the type of guy that's going to be a lot more important to a much better team.
Yeah, and he's a defensive stopper, can play defense, gives you a little bit of offense as well.
The lefty out of Ohio State knocks it down, 23-18. In the final minute 10 of the first quarter, Exum. Left to right. Now secondary curl, Hardaway for 3. Hit it. Second 3 of the first quarter for Hardaway. The Mavericks by 8, 26-18. Mavericks 5 of 11 from behind the line. Here is Green. Nice fake on the misdirection. Put it on the floor. Got all the way to the rim for a rim rocker. 26-20. Final 45 of the quarter. Mavericks can play 2 for 1. Kyrie on the drive. Pulls up. Backhand pass right corner to Exum. Wrap around Grant Williams. Behind him. Wide open Hardaway. Tee up the 3 and down it goes again.
Boy, pretty ball movement that time by Dallas.
The Mavericks 29 and the Rockets 20. Here's Jalen Green. Right to left. Back to his right. And a pull-up challenge 3-pointer way off. Excellent defense by Grant Williams. The rebound tipped though out to Holiday. And back to Jalen Green for a reset. Eason with the tip out. Here is Green to the right to Tate. Back to Green on the drive. Beats Hardaway to the rim for an easy layup. No help from the weak side for the Mavericks. 29-22. And Jalen Green with his first points of the night. 5 seconds to go. Irving checks the clock. Bounce pass left. Derek Jones with 1. Left corner Williams for 3. That's blocked by Eason as the horn sounds to end the first quarter of play. The difference in the game, Mavericks 3-point shooting. They're 6 of 12. The Rockets just 1 of 6. Hardaway leads the Mavericks with 9, and after 1, it's the Mavericks 29, the Rockets 22 on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new show about humanity's struggle against the world's tiniest villains, viruses. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on this show, you'll hear how viruses attack us, how we fight back, and what we've learned in the course of those fights. Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you could trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit ebay.com for terms.
Hey, it's Kevin Hart with my pal Catherine O'Hara.
No, I'm more of a bestie.
Kinda, sorta. Right now, we're cash backing on everything we need for the holidays with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
I got some ornaments and lights.
'Tis the season to cash back.
And lots of wrapping paper.
Maybe you're cash backing on a present bought for me?
About that.
I know you're kidding.
Am I?
How do you cash back? Learn more at chasefreedom.com. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Hey, it's Junior. Today, black folks in our community are still disproportionately affected by HIV. But there is something we can do about it. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
Girl, how do you keep getting things free? With the Drop app, it's making my Black Friday savings even bigger. I earn gift cards and rewards by simply shopping.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333. That's GetDrop333.
Chuck Cooperstein and Brad Davis at the American Airlines Center. Start of the second quarter. The Mavericks 29, the Rockets 22. And again, the Mavericks three-point shooting. Brad, a big difference. And Tim Hardaway getting back to being Tim Hardaway, 3 of 4 from deep in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've run a couple nice set plays, gotten them a couple curls for that open three-pointer.
Mavericks again wound up shooting 40% in the quarter on 10 of 25, but 6 of 13 from 3. So just 4 of 12 on their two-point shots as they defend the rim well, do the Rockets. Houston 10 of 22. 1 of 6 from 3, and the Rockets went to start the second quarter. Shooting to our left in their white uniforms, Jeff Green. Pushes it right wing. Dylan Brooks back in the game at the right hash mark against Grant Williams to Green. Takes the handoff and put it on the floor. Backhand wraparound. Dylan Brooks on the drive. Jump stop in the lane. And the jump stop not good enough as he went tap instead of coming down with the 2 feet at the same time. Natalie Sago, the slot official, with the call. The 5th turnover for Houston. Jaden Hardy brings it up for the Mavericks. And here is Doncic back in the game at the start of the second quarter. Drops it off to Hardaway. Now to Lively outside the arc left wing. Handoff to Luka. Double team there. Now they back out of that double team with Van Vliet. Now the help comes from Easton across the way. Williams. Extra pass. Hardy. Right baseline drive to the rim. Tried to spike it. Threw it over the rim. And it hit the backside of the rim and went out of bounds into the Rocket bench. It'll be Houston's ball as Van Vliet second in the NBA in minutes played per game, just under 38 minutes per game. To Jeff Green on the right side of the floor. Hook it back to Van Vliet. Catch and shoot over Lively for 3, and that's way off. Board first, then the rim, and Williams with a rebound for the Mavericks. Doncic diagonal right to Hardaway. Pulls up for 3. That one's short. And the rebound in the lane taken by Van Vliet of Houston. Here comes Van Vliet on the push, running with Lively. Stops in the lane. Now to Easton. Lively met him. Had to hook it back out to Van Vliet at the wing. Van Vliet met by Williams, and a whistle. And an offensive foul.
They're going to call it on Dallas.
They are going to call it on the Mavericks. Grant Williams gets called for the foul by Scott Foster, and that's his second. Dylan Brooks to inbound.
And the Mavericks going to challenge.
Yeah, he's going to challenge this. And he will. 1 minute and 20 seconds into the second quarter. The Mavericks 29, the Rockets 22 on the Dallas Mavericks radio network.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new show about humanity's struggle against the world's tiniest villains, viruses. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on this show, you'll hear how viruses attack us, how we fight back, and what we've learned in the course of those fights. Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Kevin Hart with my friend Catherine O'Hara.
Tis I.
And we're cash backing on our entire holiday gift list with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
We are. How about cologne for Jack?
You know what? That's cash backing, and it's in the air.
Ooh, and I love this scarf for Barbara.
And I love the cash backing.
Ooh, focus on the giving, Kev.
And one more on the list. Somebody named Kev.
Kevin!
Yes! How do you cash back? Learn more at chasefreedom.com. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Save big on groceries with Drop, the shopping rewards app during Black Friday. Download the Drop app to earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner for the family with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. Shopping for the holiday? Ka-ching! Even more points, baby. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
Tanya here, and there are many ways that we can all help raise awareness around HIV, but maybe the most important is just talking about it openly and honestly. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of the virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
You might think things are okay with the economy right now. The bank failures seem to be behind us. Inflation seems to be under control, and the stock market seems to be rebounding. But there's a few things you're not being told. Commercial real estate could ignite the next banking crisis. Inflation could ramp back up due to a number of threats. And skyrocketing payments on our national debt could soon send shockwaves through our economy. What does this mean for your retirement savings? Thousands of Americans are taking a portion of their savings and diversifying it with precious metals like gold and silver. You could do the same today with a simple phone call to the #1 rated precious metals company, Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA and learn how Americans are diversifying their money today. Plus, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Don't miss this rare opportunity. Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Hey, Mavs fans, don't miss the TXU Energy Holiday Cheer Sweepstakes. You can win a $1,000 Mavs swag bag or a jersey during their daily jersey giveaways this month. Enter today at win.txu.com/Dallas Holiday Cheer. Scott Foster about to tell us if Jason Kidd has won his challenge.
Defensive foul on Grant Williams be overturned to an offensive foul on Jabari Smith when he moved his screen. The timeout will still be charged to Dallas. However, and they'll be able to challenge subsequent plays. The ball will be side out.
So the Mavericks have had 8 challenges so far this season in 17 games, and they have split those challenges. They've won 4, they've lost 4. They win the challenge here. More importantly, Brad, they get to retain the challenge for later in the game.
Yeah, good challenge by Jason Kidd.
Mavericks shoot to our right. Doncic challenged by Brooks as he comes up the left side and now turns to his right. Looping pass to Lively at the top of the arc. Luka comes around, tight curl left to right. Played by Jeff Green, gets into the lane and stops on a dime and gets the roll as Green backed away. That's 9 for Doncic, and the Mavericks by 9, 31-22. A minute 45 into the second quarter. Fred VanVleet left hash mark. VanVleet to his right. Pick and roll with Green, hanging and banking and missing, and Derek Lively be called for his first foul. Jeff Green, having spent the last 2 years in Denver, Brad was a really big part of Denver's run to a championship last year off the bench.
Yeah, no matter where he plays, he's been on a bunch of different teams. He's always played well no matter where he's been.
The 5th overall pick in 2007. He and Kevin Durant, the 2 remaining players in the NBA who played for the Seattle Supersonics before they moved the following year to Oklahoma City. First one is good. He's averaging right around 6 a game. He's looking for his 6th point of the night tonight. 76% from the foul line, and the free throw is up and good. Mavericks 31, the Rockets 24. As Hardy, right to left to Lively. Lively puts it on the floor. Luka comes and gets it. Now against Jeff Green. And Luka telling everybody to clear out. Works to his left. Between his legs right. Between his legs left. As he steps back for 3. Off the back of the rim. And Dylan Brooks clears the rebound away from Hardy. Quickly ahead to Easton up the left side. To the trailing Brooks. Put it on the floor. Got by Lively. Hangs left of the lane. Banked it too hard. Luka the rebound. 5 on 3. Luka right elbow. Up top. There's Lively alone. And Houston, Brad, did not do a good job of getting back in transition there.
Didn't match up, and Lively does a good job running the court.
33-24. Doncic's 4th assist of the game. Lively's first points. Here is Brooks down the lane, hanging. That's no good. It's out of bounds. And Scott Foster looking for help, and he'll say Lively touched it last. But a good job by Lively there around the rim, forcing that miss from Brooks. As Green leaves and Sengun comes back in for the Rockets. Houston inbound from the baseline to the left of the basket. And Van Vliet will do that. Jabari Smith back in as well for the Rockets. As Van Vliet looks. Brooks trying to get down the lane. Bumped off by Doncic. They'll get it to Sengun and back to Smith. To his left. Left corner Van Vliet. Down low for Sengun. Poked away by Lively out of bounds. Lively fortunate there. He didn't get called for a foul. He went right through the back of Sengun to do it. Just a little over 4 seconds remaining for the Rockets to shoot. As Van Vliet along the sideline in the left corner trying to get it in. And, well, that's knocked away again by Lively. And good work there by Derek Lively. Down to 3.4 to shoot. As Van Vliet will inbound for the left sideline. Van Vliet watched by Hardaway. As he looks, Van Vliet still looking. Finally flashing Sengun. Put it on the floor. Got underneath Lively and lays it up and in just before the shot clock buzzer goes off.
Was able to get that angle on him.
Second basket for Alperen Sengun. 33-26. Mavericks by 7. Lively left to Luka. Turns left to right into the lane and all the way to the rim, and then found an open Williams, and then he got closed on, got it out to Hardy, left to Hardaway, open 3 short, rebound. Lively took it away from Van Vliet. Lively then lost it out of bounds off his knee. .8:45 remaining in the first half. And it has been kind of like pulling teeth out here so far. The Mavericks just 39% shooting. The Rockets 42%. 33-26 is the Mavericks lead. Van Vliet off the give and go, pulls up right in the lane and hits the 15-footer. Second basket for Van Vliet. Hardy against Van Vliet. Middle of the floor, left-hand drive. Knocks over Van Vliet, and a blocking foul called on Van Vliet. 2 fouls on Fred Van Vliet. Udoka not even looking to see if he should challenge this one. Jalen Green back in the game for the Rockets as Eason sits down. Mavericks will inbound from the left sideline. Gediminas Petritis hands Tim Hardaway the ball. The foul line extended on the left side. Luka comes and gets it. Against Dylan Brooks, screened by Williams. Luka to his right. Brooks got back to him, stop and go. Backs up on his dribble. Williams another screen left, and he nails Brooks. And they're going to call an offensive foul. And that's called from the baseline by Scott Foster. And Williams picks up his second foul officially now. Derek Jones and Josh Green come back in for the Mavericks. Hardy and Williams will go to the bench. Excuse me, Williams remains in the game. And here is Jalen Green at the right wing. Backs up, cross court. Finds Sengun at the top of the arc on the handoff to Brooks. Brooks pick and roll with Sengun, met by Lively. 5 to shoot along the baseline. Lively turns him back. trying to bully his way into the lane. How to get it back out, and Brooks has to pull the pin on the grenade way short. Sengun, though, got the offensive rebound, and Brooks coming down the lane and changing hands from right to left, able to lay it in. It's 6 for Dillon Brooks. Mavericks have led by as many as 12. Their lead is 3 right now, with 7:40 remaining in the first half. Here's Williams to Luka, deep right side against Brooks. Isolation there. No double team. Fakes right, turns left, pumps, leans in, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line. 2 fouls on Dillon Brooks. And the second team foul against the Rockets. And Brad, last 5 minutes or so, the game has kind of turned from an up and down game to start the game, kind of turned into that grinding game that the Rockets want to play.
Yeah, Mavericks had it in the first quarter now. The second quarter here, it's the pace that Houston wants.
First one by Doncic is good. 10 points for him. Mavericks by 4. Luka, 30 points despite banging that thumb in the first minute on the knee of James Harden. Sprained left thumb, playing with it taped up tonight. Hits 2 free throws. The Mavericks 35 and the Rockets 30. Here comes Jalen Green for Houston, which is not won on the road this year. They're 0-5. Green right to left, draws a foul on Doncic. And I think they're going to call this one on the floor. Gediminas Petritis with the call. Luka with his first foul, and the second on the Mavericks. As Lively leaves the game, Rashawn Holmes will come back in for him. Brooks to inbound from the right sideline. Watched by Doncic. Inbound to Van Vliet. Off the curl comes Green against Josh Green. Underneath the basket, out of control. Threw it up and hit the bottom of the backboard. Grant Williams picked it up. To Luka, middle of the floor. Left to Williams. Left corner, Josh Green for 3. He heads. And there you go. The Mavericks get some early offense and get a good look from Josh Green. 5 for Green. The Mavericks 7 of 17 from deep, 41%. Brooks in the lane, hanging and falling off the left of the rim. And he'll go to the line as Josh Green gets called for his second foul. And 3 team fouls against the Mavericks. Dillon Brooks has become a much more efficient offensive player. Thought he was feeling his oats a bit in Memphis. Brad took a lot more shots than what his shooting percentage should suggest, but this year taking fewer shots, and he's never shot the ball better.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He took a lot of bad shots when he was with Memphis.
First one, no good, averaging 13.4 points a game. Career best, 47% from the floor. Career best, 46% from three-point range. Second one on the way is good after he missed the first one, and he's got 7, and the Mavericks lead is 7. At 38-31, Doncic in and out against Brooks, picked up full court. Behind his back, right to left. High screen by Williams. Brooks stays with him. Another screen to the right. Luka moving that way, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Williams.
Yeah, rolled right into Brooks.
3 fouls on Grant Williams. And the turnover for the Mavericks, their third. And Dante Exum off the bench to check in. And Grant Williams with words for Natalie Sago as he goes to the bench. And continuing that conversation with Sago along the baseline by the Maverick bench. As Van Vliet bounce pass left side, deep left side, Sengun. Back to the basket, turning baseline, turns back in the lane, pivots again, and the jump hook is good, but they'll wave it off on a travel. And I'll tell you what, the Mavericks on-ball defense tonight, Brad, has been on point.
Excellent. Yeah, Holmes did a nice job. Didn't go for any of the pump fakes. Made him shuffle his feet.
And the turnover for the Rockets, their 7th. Exum tries to get it to Luka, and he does. To his right, pick and roll with Holmes. Holmes backs out of it now, one-on-one. Luka against Jabari Smith, between his legs. Step back, long 2, hit it from 21. 13 for Doncic, the Mavericks by 9, 40-31. Brooks deep right side, into the lane, and to the rim, left-hand layup short. Luka the rebound with some words for Brooks. They battle with each other during the World Cup. They're doing it here tonight. Luka lost it on the way up and fouled by Brooks, and that's going to be 3 on Brooks. And Ime Udoka is not happy on the Houston bench. Call that one on the side. It's 3 on Brooks, 3 on the Rockets. And again, the Rockets have been foul machines so far in the early part of the season. It's 11 fouls already committed. 18 minutes and 10 seconds into the game. Tari Eason will come back in. And the Mavericks will inbound from the left sideline. Exum to inbound the ball. Exum, Jones, Doncic, Holmes, and Green for the Mavericks. Shooting to our right. Exum into Doncic. Off of Jones to his right. Keeps the dribble and a foul. They can call this one on Exum as a result of the attempt to run through the Derrick Jones screen. 2 fouls on Exum, and that's 4 on the Rockets. As Green will inbound the ball. From the right hash mark into Luka. Right of the circle. Tells Holmes to clear out. And now from the baseline, he finds Exum. What a pass by Luka as Exum ran the baseline. Hit him right in stride.
Yeah, a little mix-up on defense that time. Nobody picked him up.
Mavericks on a 9-1 run right now, leading it by 11, 42-31, 5.5 remaining in the half. Pocket pass coming down the lane is Sengun, and he's fouled. And Scott Foster with the call underneath. Rashawn Holmes with a foul. 14th foul against the Mavericks, and they call it on the pass. Kyrie Irving checks back in the game for the Mavericks. And Luka sits down. Jalen Green inbounds to the right sideline. Stack it across the foul line. Get it into Eason down low against Kyrie. 1-on-1. Picks up the dribble and turns into the lane and rims the basket from 10. Rebound tipped by Irving to Holmes. And now in the hands of Exum. Runs it up the right side. Cross court to Kyrie. Left to right dribble. Push it to Exum. Fake right. Go left. Back to Irving. Top of the arc. Screen right. Rejected screen by Irving. Pulls up left of the lane and he hits. He hit his first shot tonight. Had missed his next 6 before that basket. And the Mavericks with their biggest lead at 44-31. Just under 5 remaining in the half. To his left. And then from the left elbow turnaround, Jabari Smith is good. Second basket for Smith. 44-33. Kyrie left sideline against Jalen Green. Drives right into the lane. Back out Exum. Catch and shoot for 3. He heads.
Good ball movement that time once again. Got the double team, kicked it out.
Mavericks have hit their last 5 shots from the floor. And they're up 47-33. Jalen Green left to right. Steps back. 17-footer is good over Rashawn Holmes. Second basket for Jalen Green. 47-35. Exum. Bottom of the jump circle. Screen by Derrick Jones. Under the screen. Exum on the drive in traffic. And he is fouled. Oh, no, they call it travel instead. As Aaron Holiday did a good job getting to Exum. And Exum had nowhere to go with it. Mavericks on a 14-3 run right now over the last 3 minutes plus. Lead it by 12 as we come down on 4 minutes remaining in the half. As Aaron Holiday brings it up. Trying to get it to Sengun. In deep. And just flings one up, and he got the roll. And Eason almost touched it when it was on the rim. Pulled the hands back. Here's Exum to the right to Irving. Against Jabari Smith. Irving. Right wing drive between his legs, back and forth, stop and go, dotted line, left corner finds a man, Josh Green, spinning and going right to the ground. And that ball goes out of bounds, and it's last touch by the Rockets, last touch by Holiday, and Doncic and Hardaway are going to come back in for the Mavericks. As Exum will sit down and Green will sit down as well. 3:37 remaining in the half. Baseline right inbound for Luka against Tari Eason. Luka looks. Kyrie well covered. Thrown way outside to Irving near half court. Against Smith. Tried to drive and lost the handle. Got it back. Then to the right baseline. Fading away. Short and left. Sengun the rebound. He'll bring it up himself. Sengun had it knocked away by Holmes. They'll call a foul on Holmes. 2 fouls on Holmes, and Sengun will go to the line with the Mavericks now over the limit. Tell you what, it's amazing, Brad, how many of the Euro bigs that we see, Jokic and Sabonis, Sengun, their ability to rebound and start the break themselves, and what an advantage it gives its team.
It is, and a lot of teams like that have their offense run right through them because they're such good passers as well.
Sengun's first free throw is good. Derek Lively comes back in for the Mavericks. Holmes will sit down with the 2 fouls. And one more to come. Alperen Sengun. Third year from Turkey. Originally drafted by Oklahoma City and traded for 2 conditional first-round picks that never were conveyed to Oklahoma City because of the situation with the Rockets. And Luka straightaway 3 off the bounce, hits it. 16 for Doncic, and the Mavericks by 11. Luka with 9 of his 16 here in the quarter. 50-39. Van Vliet left to right. In the lane, nowhere to go. Right corner finally to Smith. Down low, and Lively tries to block the shot. Oh, they're going to call a foul. And Scott Foster calls it on Lively, saying that he did not have his arms straight up in the air against the challenge of Tari Eason. So Eason will shoot free throws after a timeout taken by the Rockets and Ime Udoka with 2:57 remaining in the first half. It's the Mavericks 50, the Rockets 39 on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new podcast about the viruses that shape our lives. It's a show about how viruses attack us and how we fight back. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on Incubation, we'll hear how scientists have pioneered new techniques in the fight against viruses.
There was just something about the way the virus was shaped. It always felt like there was no hope for creating a vaccine.
Until now.
Until now!
We'll celebrate the victories, like the incredible story of how smallpox was wiped off the face of the earth.
Eradication means you have to get to whatever disease you're targeting everywhere, wherever it exists.
Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Kevin Hart with my friend Catherine O'Hara.
'Tis I.
And we're cash backing on our entire holiday gift list with Chase Freedom Unlimited.
We are. How about cologne for Jack?
You know what? That's cash backing, and it's in the air.
Ooh, and I love this scarf for Barbara.
And I love the cash backing.
Ooh, focus on the giving, Kev.
And one more on the list. Somebody named Kev.
Kevin!
Yes! How do you cash back? Learn more at chasefreedom.com. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Girl, how do you keep getting things free? With the Drop app, it's making my Black Friday savings even bigger. I earn gift cards and rewards by simply shopping.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333. That's GetDrop333.
I'm Kevin Gray here at the Modelo Sports Desk. The Knicks up 97-78 with 5:35 left in the fourth quarter. Julius Randle with 23 points. Miami up 97-93 with 11:25 left in the fourth quarter. Celtics up 104-75 with 8:52 left in the fourth quarter. Back to you, Chuck.
Bally Sports is your home for Mavericks basketball. Watch the Mavericks all season long on Bally Sports and stream it live on the Bally Sports app. 2:57 remaining in the first half. The Mavericks 50, Houston 39. Mavericks 8 of 13 shooting here in the second quarter. Rockets are 6 of 13. Mavericks 47.4%. Exactly half of their attempts tonight have been three-pointers, 9 of 19. The Rockets, Brad, are 1 of 8. They made their first one from Van Vliet early in the game. They had missed their last 7.
Yeah, and some bad misses on the threes, forced threes.
As we resume, Tari Eason on the line to shoot after Derek Lively picked up his second foul. And the second-year man from LSU able to score his first free throw of the season. Only the third free throw attempt he's taken this season. 2 bounces, the spin, one more bounce, free throw, dancing on the rim and falls off, and the rebound, tipped by Sengun, no good, and a foul underneath against the Mavericks. As Lively and Sengun went up together for that rebound, dancing on the rim, and just who was going to have better timing to get it. And Sengun's going to go to the line. Derek Jones gets called for the foul. So Sengun back there. 3 double-doubles in his last 4 games. He has 5 for the season. And the first one good. Try to make it now an 8-point game. Mavericks have led by as many as 14. The lead right now is 8. As the Rockets in the midst of a 9-3 run right now. As Kyrie brings it up the left side. Left to right to Luka in the middle. Drop it to Lively. Lively well outside the arc, right in the circle to Luka coming around. Picked up on the switch by Sengun. Here's the double with Eason. To Lively, quarterbacking at the foul line. Right corner, Derek Jones. Right to left drive. Out to Kyrie. Touch it left corner. And there's a 3 that's no good. And the rebound comes right back to Irving. He'll try the 3 from the left, and that's no good too. Sengun with a rebound. With 2:25 remaining in the half. Van Vliet left to right, off of Sengun. Back to Sengun, left side, Jalen Green. He'll shoot the 3. Luka dared him, and Green makes him pay. Jalen Green shoots under 34% from behind the line. 50-45, coming down on 2 minutes remaining in the half. Here's Luka out to the top to Hardaway. Put it on the floor against Green. Into the lane, right lane, shot blocked by Eason. Taken down by Sengun. 2-on-1. Here's Eason on the drive and hangs and scores. And the Rockets, a 13-3 run right now, has them back to within 3 at 50-47 with a minute 45 remaining in the half. Luka to his right. Behind the back to a wide open. Hardaway sets his feet, shoots the 3. Off the left of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound to Jones. Back out to Luka on the arena logo. Right side of the floor. Pulls up against Smith. Left to Hardaway. Drives on Eason. Long 2 for Hardaway is good. Tough shot. Good defense by Eason there.
Yeah, nice job stopping the drive.
Hardaway, the second Maverick in double figures. He's got 11, 52-47. Along the left side, Green, Sengun in deep, and Derek Lively with a bad angle there. Put his hands on him, picks up his 3rd foul. So Lively and Grant Williams both with 3 fouls. Dylan Brooks with 3 for Houston. And Sengun back on the foul line. Now 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in the first half with a minute 14 remaining. And where before the Mavericks weren't doing a lot of fouling, Brad, the last 3 or 4 minutes they've done a whole bunch of fouling.
Yeah, and the referees are pretty liberal with the whistles in this game here.
First run from Sengun falls off the rim. Sean Holmes checks back in to replace Lively. Mavericks got the lead to 14 at 47-33. With about 4.5 minutes remaining in the half, and a nice run here by Houston to get it back to a 4-point game. As Doncic against Eason, who's got the good size at 6'8", to hang with Luka. Double screen from Irving and from Holmes. Picks up the dribble. Nowhere to go with it. Thought about the 3. Got it to the nail. And Holmes had it knocked away by Van Vliet from behind. And Van Vliet comes up the left side. Sengun at the rim. Puts it up and in. Over Holmes. 52-50. And the Mavericks play 2 for 1. 5 turnovers now for the Mavericks, 4 of which have come here in the second quarter. Luka on the drive. Luka to the rim, and he got fouled. Eason and Smith together. And it's Jabari Smith who picks up his second foul. And Luka will go to the line with 40.4 remaining. Doncic 16 points in the first half. And 5 of 5 from the line as he hits the first one. It's 10 for Doncic here in the quarter. Mavericks are 5 of 8 from the line. Luka's 4 of 4. And make it 5 of 5. Front rim, board and down. 54-50 in the final 40 seconds of the half. As Van Vliet will walk it up. Got the high screen in the circle from Sengun. Tried to get it to Sengun on the backhand pass, and that's kicked by Derek Jones. With 17 on the clock. 33.6 remaining in the half. Jalen Green will inbound from the left sideline. Behind the hash mark. Looks for Smith and finds him. Pushes it right to Van Vliet. Jones bodies up on him. Van Vliet keeps the dribble. Now has to give it up left to Smith. Over Doncic for 3. That's no good. Long rebound to Jones with 20 seconds remaining in the half. And the Mavericks with the last shot of the half. Luka over the line on the left, directing traffic. Lets the clock run down to 8. 6, 5 against Eason. Drifts left, shoot the 3, banks it, missed it as it rimmed down. Van Vliet the rebound, and that'll do it for the first half. As Van Vliet tried one from three-quarter court and hit the board and the rim before falling away. And the Mavericks, who led by as many as 14 at 47-33. And the Rockets in the last 4.5 minutes with a nice run of 17-7 to get themselves back in the game.
Yeah, I got a couple defensive stops at one end. They actually got a couple fast breaks for a team that really doesn't run that much.
Yeah, both teams with just 6 fast break points in the half. Sengun had 11 in the quarter, 13 in the game. Doncic with 18 to lead the Mavericks. Hardaway, the other double-figure scorer, with 11. Mavericks shoot 43%, 9 of 23 from 3, having missed their last 4 to end the half. 19 of 40 for Houston, 47.5%, but just 2 of 11 from behind the line. And right now, that's the difference in the game. The Mavericks 54 and the Rockets 50. A Houston win moves them into the second round of the in-season tournament. A loss means New Orleans would move on. The Mavericks just playing for positioning in the Western Conference standings right now, standing in 5th place at 10-6. 54-50, Mavericks with the lead at the half. Coming up, Kevin Gray at the Modelo Sports Desk with highlights from the first half. And the rest of the night in the NBA comes your way next on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
You'll know real when you get it. It'll say eBay Authenticity Guarantee, and you'll feel it. That handbag you've been eyeing says all eyes on me. With that rare watch, you're the heavyweight champ of any room. When that diamond ring glistens, you own the spotlight. And when you catch that sneaker drop or that streetwear collab, it'll be fly, fresh on the daily. With eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you could trust that feeling of real is always in reach. Ensure your next purchase is the real deal. Visit eBay.com for terms.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new podcast about the viruses that shape our lives. It's a show about how viruses attack us and how we fight back. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on Incubation, we'll hear how scientists have pioneered new techniques in the fight against viruses.
There was just something about the way the virus was shaped. It always felt like there was no hope for creating a vaccine.
Until now.
Until now!
We'll celebrate the victories, like the incredible story of how smallpox was wiped off the face of the earth.
Eradication means you have to get to whatever disease you're targeting everywhere, wherever it exists.
Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Girl, how do you keep getting things free? With the Drop app, it's making my Black Friday savings even bigger. I earn gift cards and rewards by simply shopping.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333. That's GetDrop333.
War, inflation, and over $33 trillion in debt. It's looking like 2008 all over again. Millions of Americans watched their retirement savings drop by 50%, while those who invested in physical gold and silver were protected. If you have $50,000 or more in your retirement savings, you could be at risk now. So call Goldco at 855-GOLD-IRA to learn how thousands are diversifying their retirement savings with gold and silver. iHeart listeners could get up to $10,000 in free silver with a qualified account. With over $2 billion in gold and silver placed, an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and thousands of 5-star customer reviews, you'll be in good hands. Call 855-GOLD-IRA to get your bonus silver today. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. 855-GOLD-IRA.
Hey, it's Junior. Today, black folks in our community are still disproportionately affected by HIV. But there is something we can do about it. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
Time now for the halftime show on the Mavericks Radio Network. Now, here's your host, Kevin Gray.
Mavs lead 54-50 at the end of the first half. The Mavs led by as many as 14 points, but the Rockets in the first half on a 17-7 run to close the lead down to 4. Luka Doncic had 18 first half points. Alperen Sengun had 13 for the Rockets in the first half. First half highlights for you. Let's go to the first quarter. Derek Lively the second with the block on Alperen Sengun and the recovery. Then Luka Doncic hit the step-back three-pointer on Jabari Smith in transition at the top of the key.
Here comes Kyrie up the left side. Luka in the middle. Fakes right, goes left, pulls up over Smith for three. He hits.
I gave the Mavs an 8-5 lead early on in the first quarter. Josh Green then on the rim attack from the right wing. After Doncic pushed it in transition, Green attacked with the left hand and finished strong with this sweet hanging finger roll.
It hit off the back of the rim and bounced to dime. Luka on the lane of the kick. The show and go. Scoop shot scored. Pretty move by Josh Green.
That scoop shot at the rim pushed the lead to 13-7, capping off a 10-2 run that the Mavs had at the 6:19 mark of the first quarter. Rashawn Holmes then has a strong finish of his own at the rim, streaking down the middle of the lane on the pass by Dante Exum, who pushed the ball in transition with this strong two-handed pass.
Here is Exum running the floor. He finishes. Oh, what a finish by Holmes. An excellent pass, too, by Derek Jones. Or Exum, excuse me. Make it 20-1.
That gave the Mavs a 20-11 lead. Then Tim Hardaway Jr. hits this three off the Grant Williams assist as THJ knocked it down from near the top of the key.
45 of the quarter. Mavericks can play 2 for 1. Kyrie on the drive, pulls up. Backhand pass right corner to Exum. Wrap around Grant Williams. Behind him, wide open Hardaway. Tee up the three, and down it goes again.
That gave the Mavericks a 29-20 lead with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. They end the first quarter with a 29-22 lead. On to the second quarter. Rockets opened up the second quarter with an 8-4 run to cut the lead to 33-30. But Josh Green, though, gets back into the act as Luka Doncic throws it to Grant Williams. Then Williams finds Josh Green in the left corner for this three-pointer.
Brooks to inbound from the right sideline. Watched by Doncic. Inbound to Van Vliet. Off the curl comes Green against Josh Green. Underneath the basket, out of control. Threw it up and hit the bottom of the backboard. Grant Williams picked it up. To Luka, middle of the floor. Left to Williams. Left corner. Josh Green for three. He heads.
That made it 38-30 with 7:05 left in the second quarter. Luka Doncic then gets his 13 points of the game as he crosses up Jabari Smith with a series of in-between-the-leg dribbles and knocks down that right elbow extended jumper to extend the Mavs lead.
To his right. Pick and roll with Holmes. Holmes backs out of it now. One-on-one. Luka against Jabari Smith. Between his legs. Step back, long two. Hit it from 21.
Doncic then lulls the Rockets defense to sleep and finds Dante Exum with this gorgeous alley-oop pass as Exum finishes on the back door.
As Green will inbound the ball from the right hash mark into Luka. Right of the circle. Tells Holmes to clear out. And now from the baseline, he finds Exum. What a pass by Luka as Exum ran the baseline. Hit him right in stride.
That made it 42-31 with 5:38 left in the second quarter. Tim Hardaway Jr. then puts an end to a Rockets 14-3 run with this pull-up deep shot on the left side jumper.
Luka to his right. Behind the back to a wide-open. Hardaway sets his feet, shoots the three. Off the left of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound to Jones. Back out to Luka on the arena logo. Right side of the floor. Pulls up against Smith. Left to Hardaway. Drives on Eason. Long two for Hardaway is good. Tough shot. Good defense by Eason there.
Mavericks lead 54-50 at the end of the first half. Let's bring you some scores on the NBA scoreboard presented to you by Lexus in the in-season tournament. The Cleveland Cavaliers lead 128-103 with 102 left in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets lead 108-100 with 108 left in the fourth quarter there. In the third quarter, the Thunder up 76-64 with 128 left in the third quarter, as well as you've got the Milwaukee Bucks leading 111-110 with 5:42 left in the fourth quarter. The biggest news of the evening so far, though, sources tell Mark Stein of Substack and Shams Charania of The Athletic that Mark Cuban is selling a majority stake of the Dallas Mavericks to Miriam Adelson and the Adelson family for a valuation in the range of $3.5 billion, while Cuban retains operational control of the team. And that's your look at the sports news of the day. The Mavericks lead at halftime 54-50 over the Houston Rockets. The Rockets trying to win tonight's game. If they do, they are able to move on into the in-season tournament quarterfinals and the knockout stage. Meanwhile, the Mavericks just trying to play for positioning in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, the Rockets looking for their first road win of the season, as they are 0-5 so far on the season on the road. As you look at some of the other box score from the first half, Dillon Brooks for the Houston Rockets, 7 points on 3 of 7 from the field. Also for the Dallas Mavericks, you look at Tim Hardaway Jr., 4 of 9 from the field. He had 11 points in the first half. Josh Green, a perfect 2 of 2, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. We'll say plus 14 in the first half. He has 5 points. Mavericks shoot 39% from 3, 43% overall from the field. Rockets shoot just 20% from 3 in the first half, while they shoot 48% overall from the field. Mavericks led by as many as 14 points in the first half. The bench really doing the damage for the Dallas Mavericks, as they have outscored the Rockets 24-14 off the bench so far in the first half. Meanwhile, the Dallas Mavericks only 5 turnovers so far in this game. Should be a good one shaping up in the second half between the Dallas Mavericks and the Houston Rockets. Coming up next, we'll take you back out to the American Airlines Center for the second half with Brad Davis and the voice of the Mavericks, Chuck Cooperstein, on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
From Pushkin Industries and Ruby Studio at iHeartMedia, Incubation is a new show about humanity's struggle against the world's tiniest villains, viruses. I'm Jacob Goldstein, and on this show, you'll hear how viruses attack us, how we fight back, and what we've learned in the course of those fights. Listen to Incubation on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Save big on groceries with Drop, the shopping rewards app during Black Friday. Download the Drop app to earn points with your everyday shopping and redeem them for gift cards. Want a free dinner for the family with those groceries? Drop it. How about daily lattes? Drop it. Shopping for the holiday? Ka-ching! Even more points, baby. So download Drop today and get $5 just for signing up. Use invite code GetDrop777. That's invite code GetDrop777.
Our national debt's hit over $33 trillion. They're telling us they've got it under control. But the Fed is running out of ways to fix this mess. Inflation, higher taxes, and more interest rate hikes may be their only way out. So if you have $50,000 or more in your retirement savings, you may be at risk. Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA for a free wealth protection kit. Plus, you could get up to $10,000 in bonus silver. Don't wait. Call 855-GOLD-IRA now.
Tanya here, and there are many ways that we can all help raise awareness around HIV. But maybe the most important is just talking about it openly and honestly. There's no cure for HIV, but there are effective treatments that, taken as prescribed, can help you live healthy with HIV and get to and stay undetectable, which means the amount of the virus is so low it can't be measured by lab tests. If you're living with HIV and not on treatment, talk to your doctor about treatment options. Learn more at treathivtoday.com. This message was sponsored by Gilead Sciences.
The holidays are here, and so is the Starbucks Caramel Brulee Latte. Rich, smooth espresso and decadent caramel brulee deliciousness will take you to your holiday happy place. Festive is a tap away. Order on our app today.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great, but with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Healthy Louisiana Medicaid enrollment time is here. Choose the right care for you and your family. At AmeriHealth Caritas Louisiana, we can help you reach your health goals with extra benefits like community wellness and opportunity centers, healthy rewards, adult vision care, and more. Learn more at care4la.com/enroll. To choose AmeriHealth Caritas Louisiana, visit myplan.healthy.la.gov.
Chuck Cooperstein and Brad Davis at the American Airlines Center as we get ready for the third quarter. The Mavericks with a 54-50 lead over Houston. And Brad, we played 24 minutes, and I'm not sure that really anything has been established about this game.
No, it really hasn't. I mean, the first quarter looked like Dallas had up and down going their way, and then the second quarter, Houston started mucking it up, getting into their half-court sets, and came up with a couple turnovers.
Yeah, and the Mavericks with a little too much fouling in the second quarter. And both teams have committed 13 fouls here in the first half. But the Mavericks committed 10 fouls in the second quarter. And that's just something that really should not happen, especially when a team isn't playing fast. You should be able to get your defense set, be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah, but I mean, Houston's got guys that attack inside trying to draw fouls. You know, you've got Brooks is going to go hard, Tate's going to go hard, Sengun's going to get to the basket with his tricky moves. It's a tough cover.
18 for Doncic, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal in 17 first-half minutes. Hardaway, the only other double-figure scorer. He's got 11. A rough first half for Kyrie Irving, just 5 points. Shot 2 of 11 from the floor and 1 of 5 from 3. But right now, the three-point volume game is the difference. The modern NBA game in play here. The Mavericks 9 of 23 from 3. Indeed, 9 3-pointers, as many as they made on Saturday night in Los Angeles against the Clippers. The Rockets just 2 of 10 from behind the line. Dallas 27 points from behind the line. The Rockets with just 6 in a 4-point game. And it'll be Houston's ball to begin the third quarter. They'll shoot to our right. Their white uniforms, the red numbers and letters, the thick red stripe down the sides. Mavericks in the City Edition Trinity River Blues. Shooting to our left. On the move, Green against Doncic at the right wing. Now tries to get to the foul line. Doncic cut him off. Bounce pass right to Smith, to the top to Sengun. Sengun against Lively, playing with 3 fouls. Sengun to the left of the lane from 12 feet. He hits.
Tough shot there.
Alperen Sengun with 15 in a 2-point game. Mavericks have led by as many as 14. As Luka hooks it left to Kyrie, just above the break. Backs down, spins left on VanVleet. Got inside of pumps and scores. Nice pump fake. Got Sengun up on his toes.
Good patience.
That's 7 for Irving. 56-52. Catch and shoot left of the circle. 3 for Jabari Smith. He's a 38% three-point shooter, and it's a 1-point game. 56-55. Above the break, left wing, Kyrie drives to his right on VanVleet, met by Sengun, pulls up in the lane. That's too hard, and the rebound taken by Smith, and he'll run it up himself. Smith, top of the circle, laid off Sengun, left corner Brooks, and here is a three-pointer that's put down by Jalen Green as a little show and go away from Williams puts the Rockets in front, 58-56. Matching their biggest lead of the game, which was at 5-3. Here is Luka. Driving into the lane, backing down on Brooks, out to Williams, top of the arc 3, off the right of the rim, no good, and Jalen Green with a rebound. And Luka knocked it away, but picked up by Green, deep right side. Sengun, right elbow, hands off to Green, turns the corner, left to right, a whistle and a foul on Josh Green as he nailed Sengun, who was down and not moving too well, if at all, right now. Took a shot right in the chops. And Scott Foster's going to come over and look at this and see if this is going to be a flagrant.
We usually see if the foul meets a criteria for a flagrant foul or a hostile act.
10:15 remaining, third quarter, 58-56 Houston. We'll see what the officials have to say as they check out Secaucus. But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Dallas Mavericks Radio Network.
KEGL-FM, Dallas-Fort Worth.
The official home of the Dallas Mavericks.
This is Dirk Nowitzki, and you're listening to 97.1 The Freak.
So here are the Rockets, who went 2 of 11 from 3 in the first half, hitting 2 3-pointers in the first minute 45. of the third quarter. One from Smith and another from Green. And the Rockets in front 58-56 in the midst of a 25-9 run, going back to the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter when the Mavericks had a 14-point lead at 47-33. Brad, you've had a chance to look at this a bunch. What do you think?
He may have thrown the elbow in there a little bit, but
that stat may signify a Warrior basketball more than any other stat, the assist stat, because that's players moving, that's sharing the ball. Did RC wrap us up?
I don't know. I saw some sort of hand gesture in the back. It may not have been a wrap-up hand gesture. It may have been something else. Yeah, so.
I think he did one of these where he did this and he went, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I think that's what he did.
I think he was saying that we're number one.
Wow. I didn't know you could use that finger for that.
You can.
Okay, very fantastic. Now I know.
There's
must be a Philly thing.
Penn State won today. He's all happy.
He is very happy. Well, it's a rough game against Michigan State.
Yeah, they'll enjoy the summer.
RC's still mad they're not ranked ahead of Missouri.
I know. We heard that like 5 times today.
Well, who did they? Well, look who we lost to. RC wants to hold up the word number 8.
Yeah. Exactly.
Never thought I'd be rooting for Louisville to lose.
Oh, that's so funny.
Man.
So funny.
Just crazy.
Good stuff.
But, we'll take a look. I'll have all the scenarios laid out for Tuesday night. I'll have to look at the standings and the point differentials and get cracking on that this weekend. So, for the in-season tournament.
Yeah, I've kind of lost track of it, so let me know.
I know.
Yeah.
But,
it's hard. It's hard. I can't keep up with it all.
R.C. Davis, you're going to vouch for me here. All of a sudden, when a free trip to Vegas looms, well, Tommy Wink, just jump on board.
And the players love that $500,000.
Oh, I bet they do.
Yeah.
I bet they do.
Motivating factor.
Do broadcasters get it?
I'm
totally in.
The answer to that is no.
All right,
Tom.
I'll reconsider.
Have a great weekend.
You too, Tim.
All right, man.
Dub Nation, you're listening to the Warriors Post Up with the voice of the Warriors, Tim Roy.
Podziemski was over the line on his free throw. It's a violation, and so the Suns get the ball back. Ball deflected. Podziemski and steal down the lane, so the rim goes up and scores again. Timeout teams with 19 seconds, and Frank Vogel is beside himself. He could not believe this. It's a 4-point game, 118-114, and Kevin Durant just got teed up.